Well, good afternoon, and welcome to an historic groundbreaking. Spooky Nook, what a great name. I have pronounced thousands of times and accidentally mispronounced, occasionally, the words Spooky Nook. But today, I can pronounce and announce that Spooky Nook Sports at Champion Mill in Hamilton, Ohio, is alive, and its time is now. Regarding recreation, quality of life, commerce, and economic health, the city of Hamilton will benefit. Butler County will benefit. The state of Ohio will benefit. The entire region will benefit. Two groups with motivated, creative, knock the wall down if it's in the way leaders really accomplished this success. First, obviously, Sam Byler, with his great vision of what this old mill could become, had an excellent, hard-working team. And second, Hamilton City Manager Joshua Smith, with his excellent, hard-working city team, helped turn Sam Byler's vision into this historic project. We have many partners to thank. This is not an exhaustive list, but this is many of our partners. Executive Director of the Butler County Convention Visitors Bureau, Mark Heckey, and Chairman Sam Ashworth for their strong support in future programming. Butler County Commissioners, including Don Dixon. President John Gaduli and Chairman Scott Hartford of the Hamilton Community Foundation, who are truly our city's guardian angel. President Dan Bates and Chairperson Cinnamon Troken for their strong support and for educating our local businesses on how to take advantage of this great opportunity. Chris Cannell and Dean Kathy Bishop Clark from Miami University for working on creating partnerships between the Nook and Miami University. Hamilton City Schools and Hamilton City School Board, who have been a partner with us in this project. President Ron Konovich of Fort Hamilton Hospital for being a significant anchor to this project. And members of Hamilton City Council who have worked so hard on this project. Today we have with us Vice Mayor Michael Ryan, Councilmember Tim Knabb, Councilmember Kathy Klink, and also other members of council, Robert Brown, Carla Fear, and Matt Von Stein. Hamilton Council believes in the repurposing of these mill buildings, as well as repurposing other buildings in this city. And what a great example of repurposing is this project. We would not be here without our partners. And again, another successful partnership is working in the city of Hamilton. Last week, while waiting for the street light on B Street at the Black Street Bridge, I looked down this corridor of old mill buildings. It's a corridor of blight and broken windows. In 2 years, the same corridor will have lights on, bustling with athletic activity and business activity. The reuse and revitalization of the old mill begins now. Now I'd like to introduce our United States Congressman Warren Davidson, who was very supportive of Hamilton and is advocating on the federal level for this project. He'll speak next. Councilman.
Mayor, thank you so much for the introduction, and thanks for everyone coming out and supporting this. I want to congratulate you, Mayor, congratulate the council, the people of Hamilton, and just a special thanks to Sam and Joshua Smith for the vision. And you know, one of the fitting proverbs is, without a vision, people perish. And when you look at what it takes to see something transformed like this, it starts with a vision, but if it ends with a vision, great things don't happen. So we're about to transform that vision into the work. Many hands make light work. It's encouraging to see so many hands here. We'll see what it takes to get it across the finish line. But it's been an honor to participate in supporting this in a couple ways with federal policy. Historic tax credits and new market tax credits and opportunity zones. All those policies come together to help developers and communities be able to take old areas and compete with green field investments. And if you don't have access to the things that help transform these old places, you see them hollowed out. And so I think getting the policy right matters at the federal level for things that people don't necessarily think about. Is there a federal connection to this? Well, that's, for the most part, the connection here. And then after that, I'm sure there's some state policy things, but the real piece starts with one person having a vision, sharing that, and it catching on. And I'm really excited to see what's possible here and can't wait to see how it turns out. And I'm going to turn it back over to the mayor. But thanks for coming out and supporting the city today.
Thank you, Congressman Davidson. You know, this project is a dream project for the Butler County Convention and Visitors Bureau. If you think about it, people will be visiting Hamilton, learning about Hamilton, and oh, by the way, the second largest convention center in the tri-state is going to be here in Hamilton, Ohio, at the Spooky Nook. Mark Hecky of the Butler County Convention and Visitors Bureau will be speaking next, and he's going to talk about the regional impact that this project will have in the entire region. Mark?
Thank you, Mayor. It's a fantastic day today, and we've heard all the great words that have been used. I saw it on the Journal News, monumental, I've heard historic, but today I'd like to use, from my perspective, the word transformational. Yes, this project will transform the city of Hamilton. It will transform the entire Butler County, but it will actually transform an industry. It will transform our travel and tourism industry in Butler County. It is very rare. I have the pleasure of traveling around the country to see what other communities are doing and how they are bringing in projects to bring new visitors into their communities. It is so rare that you have a project that will have the magnitude and scope and impact that this project will have on its community and its county, and the region for that matter. Early estimates on the project of this scope will be 1 million new visitors a year. If you put that in terms, just think about how many that would be a day. You know, over 3,000 new visitors a day could be coming into our community, spending their money. We talk about these projects in terms of millions of dollars and what that means in terms of into our communities, but I want to leave with a message that it won't be millions that will be coming in. It will be billions that will be coming in. This is the start. This is the snowball is going down the mountain now. There'll be new products, new restaurants, and entertainment that will follow this project. Many moons ago, I met with Joshua about this project, and he told me, he said, Mark, it's going to happen. And I said to him, you have to promise, because my team will go out there today and start promoting Spooky Nook, because we believe it'll be a wonderful asset to our county. So if you think that we haven't been doing anything, and there is some skepticism about the success of what Spooky Nook is going to be, I can tell you there are so many groups already now around the country, and not only the country, the world, that are now looking at Hamilton. Audiences that would never have ever looked at Hamilton, looked at our county, that are ready to commit to come here. Yes, it's a sporting facility, and that's great, but there are two real differentiators of why this product is so exciting for the county. As the mayor talked about, a convention center. We do not have any substantial convention center space in our county right now. It provides new opportunities to bring new business travelers, new business into our community. The second thing that our county really struggles with, but today will be solved with Spooky Nook, is a wintertime product. We don't have wintertime product, and now we'll be able to bring families and sports athletes and businesses in a wintertime. And ordinary is a very quiet time for that. But no doubt, as I see the crowd today, it has taken so many people, and I want to thank everyone who is here today, because I know that everyone is supportive of Spooky Nook. I want to thank the City Council. It takes a lot of courage, and we talked about vision, but I want to use the word courage to really make a step like this. We all know change is so hard, and this is a fundamental change for the future of the city of Hamilton. It may not look like much today, but I know that 10, 20, 30 years from now, our generations will be truly impacted by what this project was doing. And I thank them for their courage. I know Joshua's in the crowd. He didn't want to be up here today, but I know he has worked tirelessly, and his team have been working tirelessly for the last few years to make this project a reality, and I would be remiss if I didn't thank them and recognize them for all their work. I know Sam's here and his team from Spooky Nook Sports. We look forward to welcoming them to the Butler County family, to the Hamilton family, and look forward to working closely with them for years to come and as we continue to grow this project. It will have a lasting impact. This is a very monumental day, and we will ultimately transform Butler County forever. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. Our next speaker will be Dan Bates. I actually met Dan Bates on a bus to Spooky Nook in Pennsylvania. But Dan's done a great job as president, executive director of the Greater Hamilton Chamber of Commerce. He's going to talk about the local impact. Dan?
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. This is a truly exciting day and a historic moment for Hamilton, Butler County, and the entire region. My team and I have been studying Spooky Nook and the impact that it has had on the local surroundings in Pennsylvania. And the more we learn, the more excited we become. We are about to start a journey that you have no idea how exciting this is going to be. Businesses that are currently here have a huge opportunity to create success that they can't even fathom. It will also bring new businesses to the area. Our economy is going to boom, and it is really amazing that Hamilton is going to be the epicenter for economic development throughout the entire region. I truly believe that. Today is just the beginning of a most exciting journey, and for me, the journey is the fun part. As the mayor mentioned, the first time when I started here in Hamilton, I started my job on Monday, and on Friday I was on a van with a bunch of gentlemen I had never met before on my way to a place called Spooky Nook, which I knew very little about. I came back so excited, and I was trying to explain to my team what I had seen. Well, I tend to get excited about a lot of things, so they were just like, oh, he's excited again. So when I took my entire team to Spooky Nook and we spent time interviewing local businesses and restaurants and hotels, you know, they got it too. So we have been busily trying to prepare and help you all get ready for this journey. So pack your bags. It's going to be a most exciting thing for years to come. I said to somebody this morning, you know, do you realize that all of you that are here today, people will be looking at the pictures from today, 50, 60 years from now, and saying, wow, those people really had great vision. So I am so excited to be part of the team here in Hamilton. I can't even express my excitement. That enough from me, the person you really want to hear from. You know, this is really all coming together because of two leaders with great vision. One of those who you know, Joshua Smith, our city manager, and many other people who support him and work with him, but also Sam Byler from Spooky Nook Sports. I've gotten to know Sam. Sam is an incredible mind, an incredible visionary, and a great person, and we are so excited and lucky to have Sam Byler and his team and Spooky Nook Sports coming to Hamilton. So with that, Sam.
So it's a very sobering thought that in 50 years, people will be looking back at this because I'll be 103. So one of the questions we get asked most often is, how was Spooky Nook named? And we went through a branding process before we opened back east. And the branding company came in and they went through these questions and answers and thought processes and people's feelings, and they ended up with all these Latin words, like modus for motion and things like that. And it really didn't move me very much. So and I had kind of liked Spooky Nook as a name before that because it's memorable, right? And without taking a lot of credit for it, people would ask, well, how'd you come up with the name? And it's the name of the road where our business is located back east. But there's a long story behind that that I won't share today. But now we get all these visitors from New York and New Jersey, and they come in and they're like, how'd you get them to change the name of the road? I say, you have no idea how difficult it was. All right, but Mayor Mueller, thank you for your kind comments. Congressman Davidson, and I think State Rep Rutherford is here. You know, this project, thank you, started long actually before me. I think Joshua mentioned that he was in his 30s, which was a long time ago, I think, when the first conversation about a sports complex came up at this facility. City Council has been phenomenal to work with. The approach to their due diligence and understanding the project, the opportunity for the city, and the risks have been very thorough. And probably the most impactful description of Joshua, the City Council, Mayor, is an organization that looks to overcome challenges and problems. What I've found in the city here is really unusual. I've done a lot of redevelopment work, and very seldom do you sit down with someone who looks at a project and begins to help the developer overcome the problems that are always a part of something like this. But the city of Hamilton is filled, actually, with team members like that. It's an expectation Joshua put in place, and it's something that we see being lived out literally day to day as we work with them. Phenomenal team. But you know what? Even before our work here, the city of Hamilton has been well underway in a revitalization of sorts, and you can see it. The shops that are opening, lots of improvements that are being made, and at the risk of missing out on recognizing some people, Jim Fitton was an important part of the early conversations that we had that gave us confidence here. Mike Dingledine and the Core Fund has been involved in work here that started long before I knew anything about Hamilton. The Community Foundation under John's leadership has done just tremendous work in the city of Hamilton. And as I've said before, with or without Spooky Nook Sports, this city is changing. The dynamics in this city are changing, and the enthusiasm about being a part of this city are changing. And that work began and continues at this point. We're just excited about joining that energy. We're excited about being part of this vibrant and growing city of Hamilton. And I think the best way to sum it up will come right after this, because there are two other people. Andy Brossart, who is probably on the side working a phone, has helped keep this on track. This was a very, very complicated project to fund, and Andy has just done a terrific job of keeping things on track. And surprise, somebody that we want, yeah, there we go. Stacy. You know, here's one for you. I'll bring it over short. This will be good. So look, the point of all that, Joshua's a great guy. A lot of people around him, you know, do a great job. But whenever we needed something, absolutely needed it to be done with care and immediacy, we always called Stacy. So thank you, Stacy, for your help as we go. In the words of Winston Churchill, it's not the beginning of the end, but this is the end of the beginning. So the real hard work starts now. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate you supporting the project and look forward to moving this forward.
Okay, it's time to do some groundbreaking. So, would the following people please come forward and grab a shovel? Sam Byler, Mike Dollard, Andy Brossart, Mark Hecky, Sam Ashworth, Mayor Moeller, all of City Council, including Tim Knabb, Archie Johnson, Rob Weil, John Gaduli, Scott Hartford, Cinnamon Trocan, Steve Isgrow, Brian Pendergast, Ron Konovich, Steve Kuhn, Chris Connell, Kathy Bishop Clark, Pete Petrocchini, Congressman Warren Davison, and Representative Wes Rutherford.